Hi, I'm Dr. Reuben Chen. I am the Chief Medical Advisor at Sunrider International, and I am the host of Sunrider's Vital Signs podcast, the show that keeps a finger on the pulse of health and wellness. Our mission is about helping people live healthy lives that are full of happiness and fulfillment. Sunrider creates the very best plant-based products for your health, beauty, and home. We hope you enjoy the podcast. Hi, this is Dr. Reuben Chen. Welcome to another Vital Signs podcast. We have a very interesting discussion today. I have here Kevin Crandall, and we are going to be talking about a topic that could get us in trouble, I think, depending on who you talk to. We're going to be talking about network marketing. So as we get started, I'm going to put in a disclaimer. Both of us have experience with network marketing. Obviously, I am the son of Dr. Chen, who founded Sunrider, which is a network marketing company. And some people may think, us as maybe network marketing insiders can't talk about the benefits of network marketing or maybe some cons that we can also see. But it would be the same as saying Christians can't talk about how much they like Christianity. So this is going to be an interesting discussion, and hopefully you'll be able to learn and gain some insights into the realm of network marketing, maybe that you haven't heard before. So, Kevin, can you give us a little bit of background into your experience with network marketing?
Yeah, well, thank you, Dr. Rubin. And I think you said it right? There's a lot of insights with network marketing, direct selling, and how, it's really been kind of that foundational opportunity for people for 70 plus years. I think that really kind of blows my mind that, this industry's been around so long. And I've been fortunate. I was actually doing the math. I've been married 26 years and just celebrated and my 26th anniversary, and I'm going on 27 years in direct selling. So it's like, it's been my whole married life that I've been a part of this wonderful industry. But one of the things I love, I have loved about the industry is really watching people grow, right? Seeing that ordinary people just do extraordinary things and watch their opportunity take control, really expand and grow, and see them do things that they didn't think were possible. And so, yeah, I've been in the industry for 26 years. This is my third company I've been a part of. And I've absolutely loved it. It's really a great way to watch people who just have a passion turn that passion into a purpose, and that purpose creates opportunities for them to share products and opportunity with their family, with their community. And you see a lot of good things happen when people really put their mind and put their action behind the thinking that they have and create those dreams and those goals and those aspirations. So I've been blessed and fortunate to spend my whole career in network marketing. And like I said, it's just a really great opportunity to watch people grow and achieve things they didn't think were possible. You see people become better husbands, better fathers through learning, right? It's an earn as you learn business, right? You see people kind of go through that process of becoming better leaders. And as a result, they become better people in their community, better people in their family, men and women, can expand and grow. So I've just been very blessed and fortunate. I've watched my girls be raised up in it. I have three daughters. I've seen the impact that it's had on them because, when I was with one of my companies, my daughter, my middle daughter, who's 20 now, she was, I think, 10 or 11 at the time. And she'd come into the room, into my office when I do conference calls, and she'd take notes. Like she would listen to the things I talked about when I talked about compensation or talked about products or talked about the opportunity. Her notes were phenomenal. I wish she would have done that good in school. But my point is, she got behind it. She saw the value of it. And they would talk about the relationships, and they would see, me grow, as a father and as, someone that can really kind of help them, with certain challenges, and they kind of tie back to, this industry. So for me, it's just been a blessing to be able to not only be a part of this industry, but come along and be a part of Sunrider now in my ninth month here at Sunrider. So I feel very blessed and fortunate. I've always, heard about the good Sunrider name and the value of the products and the wonderful opportunity. You're not here for 40 years if you're doing things wrong, right? There's a reason we're here 40 years and counting because of the opportunity that Dr. Chen um, created, just the value behind helping people transforming lives. And I think that's really, to me, one of the passion points that I love about this industry.
So you talked about growth, you talked about health, you talked about opportunity. What when somebody asks you that, because I think to the layperson they may not attribute that to network marketing. So can you describe what is network marketing?
Yeah. So I think the network marketing, direct selling, they're very common. Network marketing is utilizing direct selling skills in a network of people, right? So if you look at it from the very basics of direct selling, it's people selling products to people. So if I find a product that I love and I enjoy to use because I feel the health benefits or I get the energy, I sleep better, have less stress, I'm going to share that with somebody. And when I share that with somebody and they buy that product from me, that I get rewarded for that. I mean, they pay a wholesale price, they pay a different price, and I get that benefit. So ultimately, you're taking out the middleman, right? The store, the other wholesalers, the retailers, and it creates a relationship. So it really is people selling products to people, and they just start selling more products to people. Like if I sell a sleep aid or a sleep product to my neighbor, right? My neighbor Bob, and he loves it, then he's going to talk to his friends and his network of people, and they start loving it, and then they're going to sell it to theirs. So it's a way to kind of create a compounding effect of helping somebody improve their sleep, and you've helped more people improve their sleep and so forth. And as a result, you're probably earning some income. I've always said the great thing about network marketing, direct selling is you can literally do good by doing or do well by doing good, right? So if you help people feel good and you help people change the quality of their life, maybe they're looking for the weight loss product because they've just got that last 10 or 15 pounds that can't get off. And so you help them with adding more protein and more hydration and more nutrition to their habits. As a result, they're going to see a transformation. They become a walking billboard, right? They're now out there with more energy, with more enthusiasm, probably a better spirit to them, right? That people are noticing and they're saying, hey, tell me what you're doing. And as a result, that person's going to tell some friends, and that person can tell some friends. And you start creating this community of like minded people who are just here to help share with other people. By doing well, right, by your own personal standard, you can do good. I mean, by doing good, you can do well. You can do your own transformation, and as a result, be rewarded for that. So I think that's really the commonality of it. Again, it's just people selling products to people and creating an opportunity to utilize your network, whether it's person to person. Back in the old days, when probably Sunrider was founded, people built the business belly to belly or kneecap to kneecap. Right? I sat down in front of someone and had a conversation. And we've just been able over the last 10 to 15 years to maximize that. Where belly to belly has become screen to screen as we're doing today, right? And I think pandemic in a lot of ways allowed us to get in front of more people and share that opportunity, share those products that we love and we're passionate about. So I think that's really at its basis is I'm selling products to people because I love the products. They made a difference. I want to help them and I want to make it easier. I want to build a relationship and create a community around that transaction.
Yeah, so it sounds like the beginnings of network marketing were actually probably where the concept of influencer came from. And people who had influencers, a lot of companies ask influencers to help them share their products. So when an influencer online shares a product, they get actually some profit from it if they purchase it from the influencer's website. And this is sort of how social media and the internet have transformed, I think, network marketing into more of this influencer type marketing, which is seen everywhere. I think Amazon uses influencers. And whenever you have somebody who has a following or people that have a community and they share it with those people, and those people share it with those people, the company is obviously willing to share some of the profits with them. And that's the opportunity that network marketing brings.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at social selling or social media, I think what I saw is that 80% of network marketers use social because it's the ability to expand your network, right, to more people. Because the thing that you talked about is influence, right? And I think that's one of the powerful pieces to this conversation is having influence. I have influence in my sphere, right, my sphere of influence with people around me, in day-to-day operations or day-to-day activities. But it's how do you expand from that? Where social media has given us a platform to do it, like in a larger scale. People don't just get on social media to buy from Kevin, right? They get on social media to follow Kevin because Kevin likes to hike. Kevin likes to play golf. Kevin likes to post pictures of Kevin hiking and playing golf. And so there
Right.
starts to create a community, right, of people that are like-minded, sharing pictures, sharing, other, likes that they might enjoy. And as a real result, people start following that person. And then that person finds a product that helps transform them, helps them sleep better, as we talked about earlier, helps them lose a little bit of weight. They're going to post about it. They don't post about it all the time, but they're going to post about it here or there. And as a result, they're going to, somebody's going to say, hey, Kevin, tell me a little bit about that hydration product that you use before you go golfing so that you don't get the 18th hole like crash, right? What are some of the things you're doing to in a hot summer day to avoid that? What are some of the things you're doing to, if you're like hiking, to make sure you have the energy, to push further or to, get to those waterfalls where you get those beautiful pictures. So that's what social media has done. It's created a wonderful community of people sharing ideas and sharing knowledge and sharing education. And that's what, the Sunrider products are all about, right? Is sharing about products and education and that knowledge of how these products can help people. And then also bringing along the opportunity to say, hey, hey, Kevin, and this is not my example, but hey, Kevin, how are you hiking it Wednesday afternoon, right? Aren't you working? Why are you able to do all these fun things I see on social? Hey, let's have a conversation. Let me show you how I'm doing that. And that's where the opportunity concept comes in. So I love social because it's a really great way for us to build those relationships in a larger scale. I'll go, like, for example, with hiking right now, I will post, Utah hiking or wilderness, or I get outdoors, and I'll put hashtags on it. And then I'll find people with similar hashtags, right? That, we have a commonality, and then I'll start to like their post, it, like my post. And so my community starts to expand. And then we start to share ideas about here's a great hike, or here's a great product, or here's a great backpack, right? That's what social does. It creates that opportunity to build that community and expand your reach, expand that network. And when we're in a network marketing aspect, we can market our products to that network of people because they're looking for those common ideas and common values that we share.
Yeah. And one of the things about this that you mentioned is that people are able to, just like anybody, you follow the people that you like to follow. So there's definitely that aspect there. So that makes it, so you don't feel like you're being forced to do something. I think that there is this fear. I think when people hear the word network marketing, that you're being coerced. um, how do you allay that fear when people feel like, oh, this is a pyramid scheme or something like that? I mean, how do you address that concern that people have?
Yeah, and that's a very common one because, it's been around 70 years, and maybe at the beginning, I think it's even longer than 70 years, but at the very beginning of, traditional network marketing, there might have been some pushy salespeople trying to get people to make that decision. They felt a little bit forced into some of those decisions. And so I always ask people, who come across that or struggling with that, I just ask them what they mean by that. What does a pyramid scheme mean to them? Because if you look at it, traditional business is a pyramid structure, right? You have the CEO and you have the vice presidents and so forth. It's a strong structure. Government has that same structure. The pyramids have that same structure. And I think it gets a bad rap because of some of the people who are taking advantage of others, right? And I think that's where the scheme comes in to be, where I'm just trying to benefit from all people under me who are putting in $1 or $2 every month, right? But I think the power behind this industry that kind of takes that scheme out is that you have customers who are purchasing products because they want to, because they enjoy, the products. They see that there's a lot of products out there, and it's like, how do they make that decision? And going back to our previous conversation about influence, I'm going to follow someone that I like or I know. And as a result, I'm going to make that decision because Kevin is using this product. I like Kevin. I follow Kevin. So, I'm going to have that kind of relationship side of it. So I think a lot of times the reason that kind of comes up because somebody's had maybe a bad experience with it, right? And so,
Yeah.
they've heard the horror stories of somebody that was trying to push them or take advantage of them. And so I really bring it down is what does that mean? Like, what do they hear? And sometimes they really, well, I've just heard. I don't know. I've never experienced, and
Never
so,
experienced it themselves. Yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
they've never experienced it themselves. And I think that's where the pyramid kind of comes into play is the top person makes all the money and the people at the bottom struggle. I think in today's we still have to avoid those things. We want to make sure that the majority of our revenue comes from customers, people who choose to consume these great Sunrider products because they work and they make a difference. That's why we've been here for 40 years. You'll see some of these companies come in and they'll go because 95% of their revenue comes from their distributors, IBOs, right, who are just looking to profit. That's when you get into those kind of areas of concern. But when you're utilizing products that really help and make a difference, and you have those stories and testimonials, then you know that there's a reason in that opportunity without getting into the pyramid scheming. So I just really ask people what they know, what their experience was. Once they start kind of sharing maybe that negativity that came from somebody else, or maybe they experienced it somewhere else, just having a conversation about the power behind, when you're truly able to start today and create an opportunity, even more than even somebody who started at the beginning. I think that's really the value benefit from that, the opportunity we have today. So it's a really good question. People.
Yeah, and yeah, I think you had
Yeah.
mentioned something too, is that that may have been an issue in the past, but today's network marketing, their compensation plans aren't meant to be like that. And then on top of that, probably what sets at least Sunrider apart is that people love our products. I mean, we're not trying to sell people stuff that people don't want. And if you talk with any of our Sunriders, they will talk hours your ear off about how great the products are. And this is probably a sign that this is a legitimate network marketing company, is if they have good products to sell.
Yeah. And I think I saw a stat that like 80% of people look at direct selling network marketing about with favor, right? They're like, and this is definitely something I would be interested in. And I think even like half or 50% of those people would be willing to have a conversation on social about it. Because I think social's changed it, right? Because there's so many people on social selling education or workout, routines, or there's just so much out there that I think more and more people are more comfortable in having those conversations, but they want to have the conversation with that person of influence, with that person they follow, with that person that seems trustworthy, right? You're still going to have your bad apples, but at the end of the day, if you build those relationships, that kind of devoids or avoids a lot of those challenges you have with some of those concerns. And as you said years ago, when it was a little bit, you didn't know, right? There wasn't as much education. Today it's easy. Google. Google will tell you everything. Where back then I
People
had to
tell you.
trust my neighbors.
So,
So
one of the things you did mention too is that younger people are more open to social selling and network marketing because they've grown up with the concept of influencer selling and selling and sharing things in their own networks. Um, how much has network marketing grown in the last, say, year or two?
yeah, no, that's a great question. And if you look at statistics in the last 2 years, I think a big part of it was the pandemic. In a lot of ways, it got people to want to take control because maybe the company they were with or the opportunity that they had been a part of for 30 or 40 years decided that they needed to close doors. They couldn't survive the pandemic, sadly. So a lot of people took control of that. And you've seen about a 6% growth, right? So there's about 16 million networkers or multi-level marketers in the US today. And I think that, we've seen a 6% growth just in the last 2 years. And I think that's phenomenal. And what you said there about that, who are the most or who spends the most money today? It's the millennials, right? We've
Mhm.
always heard, with this being a baby boomer business, some of those that are, in retirement or beyond age, those that get involved in, this type of a business. But honestly, it's the millennials who spend more. Sometimes I wonder if it's because of Gen X parents are giving them the money to spend more, but that might be a different story.
Right.
But they spend more and they're more willing than my generation of Gen X to be involved in this industry because they're so um, capable, as you said, with technology. Right today, the gig economy, which to me, the gig economy is just a spin-off of direct selling. It's become a little bit more advanced with technology. So if I want to drive for Uber or Lyft, or I want to sell, a rental on Airbnb, you look at some of the gig economy today, which, like I said, is the millennials want that. And I think, if we want to reach those millennials, we need to spend, because I think they spend 80% of their time in those social channels. And if we want to reach them who are more willing to, of all the demographics, they're more willing to take opportunity to be a part of direct selling today, right? And they spend most of their time on social. That tells me that we probably need to be there more as well, so that we're in that conversation. We're a part of that thought, right? Because, they want to be able to work from the coffee shop, or they want to be able to work or live their life around the, how should I say that? They don't want to have to be tied to work, the 8 to 5. They want to work when they want to work. They want to turn the app on, drive for a minute, get a few dollars, and turn it off, right? Or they want to turn that app on and go shop for a friend, or go shop for somebody who can't shop. They make a little bit of extra money. My daughter actually signed up to do that herself. It's like, hey, I got an hour during lunch. I'm going to turn that on. I'll go shop, deliver some groceries to somebody, turn it off, and I made $30 or $40 for gas money, right? So they're just more willing and comfortable using technology to have conversations, to earn an income, and that's where I think direct selling is today. It's a perfect model for where those millennials are looking for that extra income.
Yeah. And- But the advantage of, I think, network marketing or social selling as opposed to, say, Uber or Airbnb is that that's restricted by your environment. And like literally finding drivers that are within your boundaries. Whereas with social selling, there's no boundaries there. It's just whoever you contact online. In Sunrider, you can talk to anybody around the world and have them join your network as well. So I mean, there's that benefit as well.
Yeah, and I think that's actually a huge benefit. I'm glad you brought that up because it is limiting, and I've seen Lyft and even Ubers having to let people go. Right? They want that freedom and flexibility, but they can't even rely on those mechanisms to create income. You can rely on ours, right? That's what I mean. That's why social selling is such a great opportunity for people, because it's that consistent um, reward for doing what you want to do and loving and having that passion and finding that purpose, and helping people along the way. And you said something really powerful too. It's international. Everybody's on social. They're in on one
Mhm.
form or another, and you can connect. I connect with people from Malaysia, Singapore, just on social and building these relationships. So it becomes, instead of that small, area of opportunity to earn, it's this large global opportunity. And I think that's why network marketing is seeing that kind of 6% increase over the last 2 years.
Yeah. I actually just was meeting with somebody from Korea, and they have a group of people that are joined their business here in the United States and California. So it really just crosses boundaries. That's the way people look at the internet, anyways. Um, one of the things that I also noticed, and this is something that surprised me, is that in network marketing, 80% of network marketers are women as well, because a lot of them have maybe a desire for more flexible time, and they actually create the largest group of networkers in the world. So it's a big opportunity for people, especially women, that want to feel empowered and be able to make and some money, but maybe don't have as much free time because they have children or they are have other responsibilities that they can maybe spend, like you said, a few hours online every day and be
Mhm.
able to make a little extra money along with sharing things that they like with people.
Yeah, and that's another powerful thing, that it doesn't really um, discriminate against demographics, right? Like it's very universal. Like anybody who has the willingness to get out there and maybe get out of their comfort zone. I say a lot of times that the thing that keep us as humans from growing is our comfort zone. We're just creatures of comfort. We like to be in our comfort zone, and so if you have the willingness to take a risk and get out of that comfort zone, you can watch yourself grow. So it's available to everyone, women, men, all different races, all different religions. That's what's really cool. I've worked in many years with the Amish and the Mennonites, who don't have a lot of technology, who still love products and still want to share. So it doesn't discriminate. Everyone can participate and everyone can grow. I think you said it really well. Women are just naturally connected socially. I have one or
Mhm.
two buddies I hang out with. My wife has an influence of women that they'll go to lunch and they'll do a lot of things. So they're just natural at it. But you're starting to see more and more men because
Yeah.
I think the power of technology today to do it on your phone and anywhere, you can do your business literally anywhere. That's empowering to men. And I think what we saw with the pandemic, I mean, sadly, it was a very difficult time for the world. But we saw a lot of people say, you know what? I don't want to get up every day and be tied to an 8 to 5 or a 8 to 8, right? I want to be able to be around my kids. I love that. I want to spend more
Mhm.
time with my wife. I love that. And so we're seeing, and or vice versa. And so we're seeing more people who say, hey, what can I do to really give myself more of that flexibility? And how do I earn with that flexibility? And how do I do it when I want to do it? So that's why I thought, yes, women are very formidable and they continue to grow in this, industry, which is awesome. And we're now seeing even more and more men as well, because I think, they're saying, look, I want that. I want what I had for those 2 years, safely, but now I want to be able to, earn a larger income. And we're starting to see that trend grow as well. So I think that too is exciting. We're starting to see all different types of people, really benefit from this industry today.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned that. I read somewhere that there is a new class of people that are growing and that just took off during COVID, and they call it the laptop class. The people that want to do their work from their laptop. So that's interesting. That it's true. Men, women, uh, all education levels as well. So people,
Yeah.
I've seen people in Sunrider that maybe just have a high school diploma be able to, you know, completely change their lives, both health and financially, through their efforts in network marketing. So, and of course, I've seen very intelligent business people do the same. So it's all the from the top to the bottom and everything in between. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it doesn't care if you're a doctor or someone who is having a high school diploma who's a laborer. Like if people want to work and they want to be able to find a passion, right? Whatever it is, with products opportunity, you can do some great things. And that's where I said at the beginning, you see ordinary people do extraordinary things because it doesn't pre-select, right? That's up to you. You make the decision. You make the difference. It's up to the individual. And I think a lot of times they're like, well, I need this upline or I need this or I need that. I'm like, you are the number one person that we need to, enroll. And from that perspective, you're going to have the influence to help other people. And so that's what I love about it. You just watch people when the light bulb goes off and they're like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah. And you'll see people with really good education and background who get into it. And for whatever reason, they're not, as successful because maybe they never really had that belief in themselves that they could do it or whatever it is, right? So I think that's a really good point that you make too, because it really comes down to the individual person. There's a lot of people who work really, really hard each and every day. They may not have had this opportunity, and I think that's sometimes where through us, we can help people find these opportunities for them to make that difference in their life. And I think that's what's great, right? It's that continual cycle of just trying to reach out to people, giving people the gift of Sunrider, seeing if there's a need for them, and helping them make that decision. And then once they make that decision, yeah, who knows, right? It's the potential is there for everyone, and I think that's what's great. So
So we did this survey before and found that a majority of people who at least joined Sunrider had had a desire of joining for a year before they actually did. And I think part of it is because they have this feeling of, network marketing is an unknown, and they hear a
mhm.
lot about it online, and they're not exactly sure how to get going. So for a new person, this sounds great, to be able to work from home, maybe get a little bit of extra income, and also enjoy great products. But how does a new person, they're just sort of thinking about it, how do they get started?
Yeah, that's a really good point. And I do think that, there's different types of people. There's those who need something fast, right? And once the light bulb goes off, they're like, let's get started right away. And so, there's a way here, Sunrider, which I'll talk about in a minute, to get people started fast because um, it's going to reward them the way that their mindset works. The faster, the more urgency, the more that they're able to stay consistent and moving forward. But I think to your point, there are people who want to try the products. They want to see the value of the business. They want to experience, what the culture and what the community can do for them. So there's various reasons that they may watch and wait, right? That's typical. And I think specifically going to that survey, you look at it, it's like, what is it that's going to give that person that light bulb or that point of urgency to say, hey, I want to do this. And so, I think there's different value propositions that we have here, which is great. There's people who just want to utilize the products and maybe get a discount. We call that a preferred customer. Someone who's like, hey, you know what? I just want to try these products for a period of time and get a little bit of a discount by doing that. There's obviously, and I think one of my favorites is the retail customer side of it. And why do I love the retail side of it? Because I think what it does, it allows people when they do make a decision to maybe be more consistent and loyal in taking the products and utilizing the products, they get that value add, that additional value add. So I think customers as a whole, I think I said it earlier, one of the things that really avoids, the worry about pyramid scheme is that you have people using the products because they love to use the products and because the products work. And so we have two ways to get people started here. Was a retail customer who wants to try the products, dabble in a little bit, and then if they say, hey, I want to be more consistent, we have an opportunity, to become a preferred customer, get all these great benefits, get discounts, you get, more assets, more things that Sunrider makes available because that person has made a commitment, right? So I think that's a great way to get people started. And then someone who says, I see this as an opportunity to share with my friends. I've got a couple of people I want to get started as well. I want to earn an income. I want to focus on building, something that I can start to maybe make a little bit extra money to get my products. And I think that's one of the main things too. Yes, you get some discounts as well, but if I can start earning enough money by sharing these great products with some people, I can get my products for free, or I can get at least a return on it, so my products aren't as costly as they otherwise would be. And so we have a great opportunity here at Sunrider for people to get started as an independent business owner. A simple startup fee of $29. It gives you a great digital kit to get people started. And it's a great way as you go out and share with other people, you can earn an income. And then there's those, as I mentioned before, who want to go fast. And as I start to see, hey, one of the things I love, and you said this a little bit ago as well, that I love about this industry and the opportunity is compensation. I look at things in threes: the company, what it stands for, its vision, and its value. Right. The second to me is compensation, and I think that's a big second, because if you have the right company, right, then one of the greatest products is the opportunity. And so the second thing is the compensation. How do you get rewarded? How do you do well by doing good? Right? How do you help other people be rewarded? And I look at this, and it may, stay with me for a minute, but I look at this and I think that to me is the really power behind it. If you have the great products to work, and you have that compensation that rewards people, it gets people started. So people want to go fast, right? Sometimes, not everybody, but once they get started, they go fast. We have what's called the Fast Start, the Fast Cash program, and it's a great way to enroll people as customers and help them get started. You get rewarded. You help people get started as independent business owners. You get rewarded. And as you start to get more and more people in your team or in your network, right, you're going to earn a little bit extra. And so there's these rewards built in. So it's a great way to get people started to earning quite cash. So you start strong and you stay strong. And I think that's what I love about it. It's a great way to get people started strong and staying strong. Doesn't mean someone who doesn't earn through Fast Start can't get strong, right? They definitely can. And I think it's just a great way to meet people where they're at. I've often said, just love people where they're at. And I think, to start the question is, like, there's a lot of people who just want to try the products for a period of time. Let's love them where they're at. Let's provide an opportunity to help them along the way. Love them where they're at until they're ready to make a decision. Some people are wanting to get some discounts early. Love them where they're at, help them make that decision, and start, helping them get to that next step. And maybe some of the discounts they're saving will help them, maybe want to try some other products. You never know, right? We're always doing things to give people an opportunity to try other things they may not have otherwise thought of. I have stress needs. I have energy needs. Oh, maybe if I sleep better. So let me look at a sleep product, right? That'll help me have less stress and more energy, right? So there's that cycle there. And then I think, having an opportunity through creating a business, going fast, earning some rewards, we're going to love those individuals where they're at as well. And we're going to put in some definite step-by-step, what we call onboarding, ways to get people started quickly so they can be rewarded, right? So that they know that they're not alone, right? You're in a business for yourself and not by yourself. we have a great team of people internally and externally, the people that brought you in, as well as the people internally, Sunrider, to help you. We want to cheer you on. We give you recognition and rewards all along the way. Because let's face it, your 9 to 5 isn't going to reward you each and every month that you achieve something. We will.
No,
And that's what I
that's
love
true.
about it, is you can be rewarded. You have a peer group that's cheering you on. Everyone in this community wants everyone to succeed. And that's what I love. You've heard of the crab in the bucket, right? If you put crabs in the bucket, they can't ever escape, because as soon as one climbs to the top, their crab is going to pull that one trying to escape back in. And so they just keep them in the bucket until they end up sadly dying. That's not how we are here. We're pushing people out of the bucket. We're helping people. We're cheering people on. We're giving people that encouragement to get to that next step in life. And I think that, to me, is one of the greatest things that we have here at Sunrider. So,
Now, my dad made a comment. He said that if you really like your toothpaste and you go to your pharmacy and you pick one up, the pharmacy isn't going to say thank you. Here's some money for your efforts because you shared our toothpaste with another person. But Sunrider, if you like our toothpaste and you share it with a friend, you'll get a little reward for that. Which is basically the difference between network marketing. If you look at the marketing structure of most companies, um, like Coca-Cola, for example, of the revenues that they get, they spend probably upwards of 60 to 80% of their revenues on marketing. And most companies do this that do traditional advertising. But network marketing, instead of putting that money towards advertising, um, because we knock out the middleman, we actually give it directly to our independent business owners. So that marketing money goes directly back to the people because they're the ones that are sharing it, and they're the ones that are probably helping us the most, not TV ads or something like that. Um, and I also like the fact that you mentioned different levels. That if you know, people are nervous, so they want to try out the product. Can be a retail customer. If you really like the product, you want a little discount preferred customer. But I know that the fear as people get started in network marketing is that they want to know that they're going to make money as soon as they start. And we have at Sunrider at least that fast start program, so you can start earning money within the first month, um, and that to at least prove the concept that uh, network marketing, at least Sunrider's network marketing program, can actually make you money.
yeah. Yeah, no, and I love that you said that too, because I look at it from the three questions that we have to always answer for that person getting started. Is it worth it, right? Can I make money, and can I do it, right? So those are big parts of it, right? So if we can answer it, is it worth it? Well, if you're able to start feeling better and start having more time and opportunity to spend with family, then we're starting to answer that quickly. Can I make money? And you said that really well. That we want to build belief, right? It's belief plus skills plus activity will equal results, but you have to start with belief. And that really comes in when you start giving people an opportunity to make a little bit of extra income. And they start to see through a fast start because, hey, maybe they're at an event and they got some friends that they're all going together. They're like, hey, let's all get started quickly, right? And as a result, they can be rewarded quickly. They can see that return on their investment come back fast. And they're like, all right, my belief is starting to be built because now it works, right? And that's the other thing, is it work? Is, can I do this? And then giving them the skills, and that takes time, right? As I said, belief is first, and then the second is skills. And skills is about how to just be a good listener. And I think that's one of the things that we just continue to remind people of, because they're going to tell you what they need. Sometimes we get into the conversation with our own needs, right? Our own agenda. I want to sign this person up because X, Y, Z. But if we remember it's about their agenda, it's what they need, right? And we can help be a good listener, help them find that product or that next kind of thing that maybe their why that they need or lacking. Then they're going to start to say, hey, now I understand what I need. And now you're learning how to be more of effective. You're skilling up, you're developing the skills to say, look, it's not about me, it's about them. And if I can help provide them an opportunity by being a good listener and really finding out their need, I can help them get to that next level. And the third thing is you just have to do it enough, right? And that's, you can't cheat, right? You can, what I think they say, you can develop a skill in 30 hours, but it takes like 10,000 hours. I mean, we were talking the other night at dinner, and you said how many hours it takes to be a doctor. It's just not like in 30 hours you're a doctor, right? Think about
Right.
all those hours. There's a reason you have to master that skill and you have to be, trustworthy. And that's the same thing with this type of business. You just have to go through the process over and over. You're going to get a lot of no's. You're going to get a lot of rejection. And I think that to me is like if you'll just continue to get out of that comfort zone and accept them because right? The more no's you get, the better the yeses will become, right? You've heard that saying. And I think that's the power behind it is you're not looking for the no's, right? Let's get them out of the way. Let's find the yeses. The people who truly have a need and may want to, are lacking community or lacking income or lacking help. We can help solve all those together. So belief plus skills plus activity definitely helps get people, into that level of comfort. But it's going to take, I do the stages where you go from startup phase or stage to growth stage to advanced growth. But the difference between startup and growth is confidence, right? And it comes through just building that belief system. Why are you doing this and reinforcing that? Can you answer those three questions? And am I starting to earn an income? Am I starting to get some yeses? I'm starting to create that community, right? You start to get into that level. And then knowing why you're doing it, knowing how you do it, and then doing it is going to get you into a level of growth. And so it's just all about staying connected. And I tell people all the time, if you want to be successful, just don't quit, right? You're going to find that next step. You're going to find that next skill. You're going to find that next thing that's going to help you. And if you plug into everything like these, Vital Science podcasts, or you plug into our Mission Mondays, whatever it is you're plugging into, right? What it's going to do is it's going to reinforce that belief. It's going to give you some skills because you're going to learn from other people, right? And then you just need to go out and do those things, and you're going to see some great results in your business. So that's why I love it. It's just like that. You can't. The only way you don't succeed is by quitting, right?
Hmm. Yeah,
So
that's true. I was talking with somebody actually. He surprised me. It is a person I know at my church, and he had started his own business. And I talked with him about. He took like a business course at a school, and he got a degree. But he said he learned more business skills when he had participated in a network marketing company, and I was sort of surprised hearing that. But he had a company. Or his business was about photography and it requires connection with people. And he said in his time when he was in network marketing that he had learned skills that he couldn't learn in a classroom about real life skills that were tangible that actually could translate into other things. And that is you know these are actual business skills that I think can that anybody would be happy to learn, and is something that Sunrider also can provide.
yeah, and I love that because it really comes down to entrepreneurship. A lot of people want to be entrepreneurs. You look at the landscape of people out there today. A lot of people want to have that opportunity to take control and be that entrepreneur and have that entrepreneurial spirit. But there's so much value in the skills you learn, right? Specifically, how to overcome objection. Like that's probably the first thing because that's hard. We don't like to be told no,
It's really hard.
right? We don't like to get those rejections, and it's difficult. But what it does is I use what I call the three P's, and I'll do them quickly. And I've talked about passion, which creates that purpose. That purpose is kind of your unique reason for doing this type of business, right? Finding that, discovering that, getting to that level that you truly understand that. That will give you the second P, which is posture. And to me, posture it's a belief or an attitude that you have that no one else can influence. They can't take that away from you because you have that. And so that going through the process that we just talked about, right? And getting those no's and getting those rejections and learning those skills, that's going to give you better posture because then when someone comes in and says, hey, you're having a conversation, oh, it's one of those schemes, you're like, yeah, it doesn't bother me because I have posture. I know what I'm doing. I'm not looking for the people who think it's a scheme. I'm looking for people who truly see the value behind helping other people. Doing good by
Mhm.
doing well, right? Doing well by doing good, keep messing up. And then that gives you power, which is the third P. Because now you have the opportunity and energy when two people come together, the person with the most energy wins, right? And that energy comes from that posture that you have. And it's not a battle, but it's more of you just know who you are. You have that strong belief in what you're doing, and you're going to find the people who also want what you. And I think that's what I just really love about it. And as you said, you can't learn that anywhere else, really. You can go to business school, as I did, and I didn't learn that. I didn't learn what it was like to get those rejections and how I was going to handle it. I didn't like it, right? It just takes time, right? You have to go through that 10,000 hours of learning. And that's why you have icon royals that are, icon royals that are successful because they probably were told no more than anybody else. That's the difference between someone who wants to start today, as we talked about ways to get started, and the top of the top. They were just told no more and they were able to get to that next step.
I like that. The success is the people who are the most successful aren't the people who made the most right, correct decisions. It's the people who could withstand the most rejections.
Yeah.
And that's how you become successful. So, for an let's say they're a new person, an independent business owner, they want to get a hold of you or your team. What is the best way for a new person to connect with you?
Yeah, so that's a really great question. And so we have your own personal replicated site. We have a workspace that's got information on how to reach out to your business development team. That's my team that we work side by side in tandem with all those who are getting started. We also do welcome calls. When somebody gets started, they say, hey, I'm raising my hand. I want to be part of the Sunrider um, team. What I need to do. I want to get to that next level. We're going to reach out, you know, do that welcome call, welcome you to, Sunrider first and foremost, and then find out what your goals are, what your needs are, and help you through that process. If, there's an opportunity where you want to get started before that call's out there, the information is available in your workspace or contact information. It's a great way to reach out to us, but look for that call. I think that's a great way, for you to know that we care. We're going to be reaching out, identifying, how and where kind of you are and what you specifically need. But yeah, definitely go there. All the information as well is there as well for our business services team or our entry team to really kind of help navigate through those steps so that you know where you go to for this specific item, where you need to go to get some of these answers. And as you want to strategize and build, who you go to, and that's myself and our business development team. So we've got a great support staff. As I said before, you're in business for yourself and not by yourself. That's why we're here to help, to encourage and motivate. And so definitely want to plug into everything. We have some great trainings throughout the month, and so we kick off every Monday or Tuesday if it's holiday with our Mission Monday, where we hear from great people just like you who got started maybe within the last month or two of their success, or maybe what they had to endure and overcome to get to that next level. So, yeah, definitely reach out. Take advantage of all those different ways to plug in, because that to me is one of the best keys. The more you plug in, the more you're going to find more information that'll help you succeed. So,
Yeah, there are a lot of tools at Sunrider that can help you succeed. And if you are not an independent business owner, I recommend that you talk with the person who probably shared this video with you, and ask them their experiences with Sunrider and how they can get involved, and if they would be maybe help mentor you. And if you get sign up as an independent business owner, Kevin and the Sunrider team could definitely help you out, along with whoever helped to mentor you up to this point. So it is, I think, one of the unique things about network marketing, as opposed to maybe other types of business. If you have like a 7-Eleven that opens across the street from another 7-Eleven, they're going to be cannibalizing each other's
yeah,
business. But in Sunrider and in network marketing in general, the more people that are sharing products and building people up, the better. You want more people who are doing what you're doing, and lifting. Everybody lifts each other when they are supporting each other.
yeah. Yeah, very well said. And I love that you mentioned the person who referred them or sent them this video, because that's your guide, your coach, your mentor. That's the person that's going to help you get to those next steps. They'll help kind of bridge that conversation as well if you need that. And that's what's really great. And I love how you really position that. It is about creating this community, and you'll start to find that we're doing a summer slim down challenge with groups from different. Or people from different groups, and we're all in there encouraging each other, because it's not about where you came from or how you got introduced to that group. it's about sharing the results. What am I doing each and every day to stay active, to stay hydrated, to have good nutrition, to have a good mindset? And so we're encouraging and cheering one another on. And we had somebody who just joined the other day, brand new, not a part of the Sunrider community, but they were invited to this page and they're like, I don't know what I'm doing here, but I love the positive vibes, right? It was really cool to see. And that's what I love about it. It is a cheering on. It's everybody wanting everybody to succeed because, if Sunrider succeeds, all of you have to succeed, right? Whether you're just now investigating and you want to be a part of it, and you want to start getting started, everything that we do relies on you. You're our most important person today. So thank you.
I think, especially nowadays, I think people really need positive vibes, and being in a group that helps to support you and brings positive energy to your life, I think it's very valuable. So, Kevin, thank you for your time. Thanks for
Yeah.
all of your amazing insight. And please, if you are an independent business owner, please contact Kevin and his team. They are more than willing to help out. And if you, again, are brand new, maybe first time you've heard this, you found us online, contact your local Sunrider independent business owner. Ask them what they think about Sunrider, and they can help you start you on this process. And Kevin and his team can also be there to support as well. Okay.
All right. Well,
All
thank
right.
you.
Thank
Everybody.
you.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you liked this episode, please subscribe to our channel, and if you haven't already, give us a thumbs up. You can also connect with us on Facebook and Instagram for more healthy living, inspiration, and tips at Sunrider International.